What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing a mid-fade on my boy, so stay tuned. We're starting off with our GoatFX, creating our first guideline, contouring to his head shape. Remember to stretch the skin when balding out and also when you're setting in your guidelines. Now that we're done balding them out, we can move on to our 3-guard all the way open and debulk the sides. Remember to feed the hair into the clipper using your comb. Now that we're done debulking the sides, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Once we were done setting in our guideline, we closed the lever all the way and midway and erased our initial guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the 1-guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, we're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the half guard. Now we're using the half guard all the way open and midway to erase that guideline. Remember, make sure to stretch the skin to give yourself extra space when blending. Now we're switching over to our 2 guard all the way open and we're creating our 4th guideline. With this same guard, we're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the 1.5 guard. Now that we're done using the lever and softening up the line with the 2 guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. But sometimes there's still a faint line after using the 1.5 guard, so moving on to your 1 guard all the way open and using its corners will help. As you can see here, I'm switching over to the 1 guard all the way open and I'm detailing using its corners. Now we're moving on to the 3 guard all the way open and we're using the comb to feed the hair into the clipper, and right here we're just re-establishing our silhouette and debulking. Now we're using our clipper over comb method to make the blend as smooth as possible. Remember to tip the comb at a certain degree depending on how much darkness needs to be removed. Also, when the cutting blade is horizontal, I'm debulking, and when the cutting blade is vertical, I'm blending. As you can see here, I'm going horizontally and I'm debulking. Here you want to be very careful because you are nearing the calic area and you want to make sure you leave some weight there. Now here I'm debulking the calic area with my clipper over comb method just before I blend in going up. There was a little bit of footage that I missed with the half guard and the no guard all the way open, so I am sorry about that, but I do have footage of the occipital bone and calic area. Once you're done setting in the guideline with the one guard all the way open and you soften it up, you want to switch over to your half guard and erase the line completely. We are nearing the occipital bone, so I want to make sure I spend more time here and I pay attention to as much detail as I can. Here I'm switching over to my clip roll comb method and we're continuing to use our vertical blending technique. Here I'm using my horizontal blending technique. As you can see, once we put more work in with the clip roll comb, the fade begins to smoothen out. Moving on to our C cup, I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch, and I also take my time and make sure the hair is feeding into the teeth of the trimmer. Here I'm going back to my no guard all the way closed and I'm detailing as much as possible. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Now that we're done saturating the hair, we could create our first guideline going down the middle and connecting it to the sides. What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing you guys a brand new video. We're going to be doing a high taper on my boy, so stay tuned. We started off by botting him out with our Gold FX. We're also contouring our first guideline to his head shape. Always make sure to stretch the skin with your opposite hand. You don't want the teeth of the trimmer to get caught in a pore. Now that we're done botting him out, we can move on to the top. We're going to use a foreguard all the way closed. Now that we're done debulking the top, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. Using your lever midway and all the way closed will help you erase that initial guideline. Again, you always want to stretch the skin with your opposite hand to give you a little bit extra room to blend. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to the one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated, man. Thank you. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the guideline and get ready for the half guard. Now that the line is soft enough, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. Moving on to the two guard all the way open, this guard is going to help us connect the lower guards to the higher guards using our 1.5 guard. We're going to soften up the line with the two guard using the lever and then move on to the 1.5 guard to erase the line completely. Now that we're done softening up the line with the two guard, we can move on to the 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using the 1.5 guard, so you can switch over to your 1 guard all the way open and use your corners. Now we're moving on to the 3 guard all the way open, and we're going to use the lever to soften up that line. We're also using this guard to connect into the 4 that we used on top. Now we're detailing with our previous guards. Before I use a soil shaver, I always use a little bit of shave stick so my client doesn't bump up. When using your foil shaver, you want to make sure you stay about 1/2 inch from your first guideline that you made with your trimmers and flick out, then go with the grain attacking that same line. Now that we're done with the back taper and it's nice and blurry, we can move on to the side taper and make our first guideline. Now we're moving on to the no guard all the way open creator in our second guideline. Now we're using the lever all the way closed and midway to help you erase our initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. With this same guard, you're going to use the lever to soften up the line and get it ready for the 1/2 guard. Moving on to the 2 guard all the way open, we're going to create our 4th guideline and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Now we're moving on to the 1.5 guard and we're slowly flicking out that line. Now we're moving on to the neckline just so we can see where we need a detail on the taper. I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top arch. I find that it's easier. It's always best to detail after you put a line in, because you get to see where the dark spots are. So I'm heading back to the high taper on the side after I'm done lining up the neckline. Now that we're done detailing the fade, we can now detail the lining. Right before I blend in the beard, I always make sure I level out the sideburn and make sure it's bald, and then I start off with my no guard all the way open. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, leave a comment down below if you made it this far into the video. Moving on to the front line, we're going to use our Gold FX to make them as crispy as possible. I usually start off in the middle and work my way to the sides, especially if they have light spots. When lining up someone's beard, especially when the hair is curly, you want to make sure the hair is feeding into the teeth of the trimmer. Also, you're going against the grain and making sure you're cutting the hair, because you could hit it multiple times and the hair not cut. Moving on to the Turkish Razor and Derby Premium blades, we're going to make them as crispy as possible. You want to make sure you're going against the grain, especially if the client could take it. If they can't, do not go against the grain. Only use either the trimmers or just go with the grain with the razor.